Hello, thank you for checking in with me. I've been wanting to speak to you all week. I've wanted to share quite a few things, and there's a bit of a theme, which is music. I know last time I recorded a video, I promised to share some tips for anybody who's doing the Zing Performance Program. I have found that music has been really helpful for me. I don't listen to the music in the app anymore. I have my own music, and I find this particular album really good. It's Pendulum, so drum and bass, and there's a particularly epic prelude at the beginning that just gets me in the right headspace. Anyway, I wanted to share that, but it is really useful to do that. And then I've kind of like stacked the exercises for Zing and also doing my breakfast at the same time, usually while dancing and eating, which that's just typical me. Yeah, I just wanted to share that because it is actually really useful to listen to your own music while doing the exercises. It just makes it so much easier. And I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I kind of felt like I needed to have the music that's on the app, even though there's the option to turn it off. Just wanted to share that in case it helps anyone else. Another thing that's cropped up is I've been speaking to quite a few clients, and the theme that's been coming up over and over and over again is, well, there's lots of similar themes, but one of the similar themes are rejection sensitivity. So I don't know if anyone's heard of that. It's really prevalent in the neurodivergent community. And one of my clients described it as thoughts going around their mind over and over again in a loop that they're never going to be able to stop. And they might as well just come to terms with the fact that it's always going to be like that. And I thought about it for a minute while I listened to them speak, and I came up with an analogy because I really strongly believe that it is possible to not have them going around your head in a loop. And it's from what I've felt myself and also what I've seen in other clients. And I came up with an analogy that I thought you might like. I don't know if any of you remember cassette tapes. I actually have one here. I think it's like playing the same cassette tape over and over again with stuff we've been programmed with, like conditioning. Like when we watch adverts, we're conditioned to watch or buy or whatever things. And it got me thinking about something that my brother told me many years ago now, because he studied politics, and he said to me that politicians say the same thing 3 times in a speech because that's what's needed to, I don't know if this is the word he used, but brainwash people. I think that is actually the word he used. And it really stuck with me. So I thought, there's a formula to this. And if you think that many people get the same negative things told over and over again, no wonder we believe it. No wonder we've got this negative narrative where we, assume maybe the worst. But actually, it doesn't always have to be like that. Because if you think of this tape as an analogy, that is actually quite fragile. This can be taped over. And I remember back in the 80s, I made my own little mixtape, not with different songs, but different parts of songs. So I remember there was Meatloaf on there. There was a bit of Barry White on there. There was a little bit of Salt and Pepper on there, all mixed together. And I made it so that they made this little, like a sentence, but it was just little bits of parts of different songs, all strung together, sounding really weird, but it was actually quite humorous. It was funny. I really enjoyed it. And that's kind of like the things that go around in our head. They're like things that we've learned from places or heard things that we're putting together to make a new sentence, which isn't necessarily real. It's just like all put together. And I wanted to share that analogy because the cassette tape can be taped over. So these things that go around our minds, they can be taped over. I grew up, with people saying, change the record, probably because I used to say the same thing quite a lot. over and over again. It's a typical phrase. Here's a record, it's a particularly awesome one, Stevie Wonder. And records, you can't tape over them, you just play them over and over again. So I don't think it's really a record. I think it's more like a cassette tape. We can take charge of our emotions. It is possible to have that liberation. And that really became really strong in my mind today, because I was speaking to somebody about Zing Performance, the self-EMDR part, the coaching part, the self-EMDR coaching part of the Zing Performance Program. And I was speaking to them about it, and they felt so liberated from something that they had in their mind the whole time. And they felt like they were like coming out of these curtains, and then they could actually see properly for the first time. And I just wanted to share that hope for people, because it really is possible to take our power back. That was kind of one of the things that I wanted to say. And there's one more. I've been thinking about how great my eyes are after doing the eye exercises of the Zing Performance Program. And I've been a little bit obsessed about whether my eyes are straight, because they were not straight when you first met. If you've been following me almost a year now, if you followed the first ones, you'll see that one of my eyes was definitely out, one's going to the right. And I just thought, I wonder what my eyes were like before. I don't have many photographs of myself where I'm looking at the camera, because I've been painfully shy all my life up until about a year ago, when I started this program. And I found some little photographs of me when I had the passport, when I had my passport photographs taken. So I'm gonna hopefully share these in a I'll scan them, I don't know, put them on a video so that you can see, because part of me thinks when I'm looking at these, my eyes have never been completely straight, and I never noticed it until now. But obviously I'm getting a little bit, not obsessed, but I'm more likely to look at these things now. I can see that they were very slightly off, and I don't know if anyone else ever noticed it, and I never did. But I just wanted to let you know where my starting point was, and then I'll compare it to my eyes now. And so that's for a future video, but I just wanted to promise that I would do that. And I think that's more or less it. So I've kept it as short as I can. We're almost 8 minutes now. So hope you're all having an awesome weekend, and I will definitely catch up with you soon with some more exciting information that I'm holding off until I tell you, until I can get complete confirmation. But anyway, take good care. Bye.